Sveiki visi, kol kas prisijungė prie mūsų šiandienos seminaro. Tema, kuri yra skirta, sakykime taip, automatizavimo galimybėms Tekla Automation programoje su Grasshopper. Aš tik norėčiau paminėti, kad Grasshopper programa, Raino Grasshopper programa nėra skirta vien tik tai Tekla Structures automatizavimui, įrankis kaip Teklos automatizavimui, tai yra savistovis, sakykime, įrankis, su kuriuo tikrai galim daug ką nuveikti ir su juo galima automatizuoti netgi tokių programų kaip idėja statikai ir global RFM programų darbą, taip modelių ruošimą ir netgi analizę. Ir šiandienos webinarą iš tikrųjų pristatys svečias iš Lenkijos, iš tikrųjų didelę patirtį turintis šioje srityje. Tai yra Kris Wojslaw. Ir Kris pristatys truputėlį, pasakys, iš kur jis pasistatys. Ir aš manau, kad aš daugiau, sakykime, tai perduosiu žodį Krisui. So, Kris, the word is yours, and please.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I'm going to speak English. I can also speak other languages. Maybe Polish will be the most similar, but yeah, like Lithuanian language and Polish are not that similar. But let's continue in English. Hello, everyone. I see some names that are already familiar, so good to see all of you. If you will have any questions, you can just raise your hand on Zoom and just write, so you can interrupt me. It's not that many people, so let's keep it live. If you will have any questions to some connectors, some possibilities for Grasshopper, Tekla, or other connections, just go for it. I'm here for you. We are going to have this like 45 minutes, more or less, to answer all of your questions. So let's start with the biggest myths that we have in Tekla world. So first of all, for those who are already familiar with what is Grasshopper, and for Tekla, maybe you heard that someone is using that for bridges. And this is a common myth. Maybe it's because when it's all started, when Grasshopper was introduced into Tekla, it was in 2016. So it's already 9 years of using Grasshopper in Tekla. So it's not a new product, okay? But it's true that everything started with bridges, Grasshopper for bridges, because Grasshopper is great for curves, which are following for the structures that are following the road line. So first use cases was for the bridge structure. However, more and more projects are being doing in Grasshopper, and I can see that it's not that for complex geometry, but also for simple projects, Grasshopper can help you a lot. Second thing, that Grasshopper in Tekla is only used for 3D modeling. And this is the second biggest myth, because as I said at start, maybe it was really useful for the shapes that Tekla was not possible to do inside Tekla. However, now with Grasshopper, you can go and automate your 2D drawing creation. So you can automate creation drawing, you can automate your dimensionings line, laptop view, creation cross-section, and so on. So everything what you can do in Tekla with drawings, now you can do with automation of Grasshopper. And the third one, it takes only one click to make the whole project. And this is something that it was really popular to share Grasshopper on LinkedIn and on some of the forums and conference, that with Grasshopper you can automate like your bridge, your building, your steel connections with one click. It's not like that. You have to make a script, so you have to put an effort to make a script, have to work it, but actually it helps a lot with automation, and maybe not with just one click, but you can save a lot of time. So today, with today's presentation, we are going to I'm going to show you, and I'm going to prove you that these three things are not true. Thank you, Robertas, for the introduction. My name is Kris, but you can also call me Krzysztof. As I said, I'm Polish. I've been working as a bridge designer for more than 10 years. I studied in Poland, in Gdańsk, and then I moved to Norway when I've been working for 10 years as a bridge designer. And 3 years ago, I decided to start my own company. And now I'm 100% focused on teaching Grasshopper and programming specified for engineers. As I said, I'm Polish. Maybe some of you are familiar. My original hometown is Olecko. It's not that far from Lithuania. Actually, I've been going to high school in Suwałki, and I know that it's a really popular spot, especially for shopping. Now I'm living in Gdańsk, in Poland, moved after 10 years from Norway, but from time to time going to Olecko, and sometimes also visiting Lithuania, like Družgėnikai. It's not that far away, and you have really nice spots there. In addition to having my own learning platform where I teach engineers, I'm also academic lecturer, where at the Norwegian University and Zigurat, we introduce Grasshopper already for our students on the engineering level. So we can see that change, that whatever software our engineers are using, we are already introducing Python and Grasshopper. So this is not something that is in the future. It's really happening, and all the biggest universities now introducing Grasshopper as a programming language. So this is really great to see. All right, so let's go to our presentation. Today, I'm going to show you the 7 practical applications of Grasshopper in Tekla. So we are going to focus mainly on Tekla, but I will also show you some integrations with other tools that maybe you are using. So let's start with the one of the best one, in my opinion, with a drawing automation. This is something that been added 2 years ago. There was a Polish guy called Greg Olszewski. In his free time, he created a Tekla drawing link. And I can show you how this Tekla drawing link works. Just one more question before I will start with all the presentation. Just let me know on the chat. Let me see. You can react. So just react on the Zoom if you seen Grasshopper before, if you know what is Grasshopper. Okay, so let me know if you know just what is it. Just let me know so you can react with the thumbs up or with your heart. Okay, Tautuvidas, thank you. So we have Tautuvidas who know what is Grasshopper. Tuma, okay, thank you. Ovidaius, anything? Someone else? Okay. Let me see, I will check. Okay, so maybe I will not go that fast. Okay, so let's make this introduction to Grasshopper. So Grasshopper is a visual programming. So when you're thinking about programming, maybe you heard about Python, maybe you heard about C#. In this text-based programming, you are writing your text. Okay, so you're writing your text or your functions, and you can automate your things. With visual programming, and Grasshopper is one of this language, you are using the blocks. So you can see on the right side, we have this kind of blocks that are components. This is components that are called, and someone else created that, so you don't have to write anything in Grasshopper. In Grasshopper, what you can do and what you should do is to connect components to the components. So you can see some components has the inputs, and you, for example, this is you connect at the top. You are connecting the Tekla line, and next you are connecting component which is called endpoints. And by connecting that, you will get start and end points, okay? If you would like to construct a plane, the same as we have in Tekla. So you have to connect origin, you have to connect x-axis and also y-axis. So this is a kind of visual programming. So step by step, by geometry, you can create and automate in this case, your drawing. So let's say that we would like to automate production of drawings. Let's say that we would like to have cross-section, like a view of every single frame. So in this frame, we have some beams and some columns. So let's create 3 of the cross-sections. And I have created here the script. So from the script, we are going to set multiple model objects. So we are going to choose objects that we would like to include on our drawing. And nothing complicated. Our drawing is popping up. But the best thing here is that in addition to like the standard automatization that we have our cross-section, our view, we have also introduced the top marks in the column in our console and also bottom marks. In addition, we also make the standard names for the elements. So you have see on the right side, so we have Grasshopper and Tekla connected, like they are just open together. So there is a link already. And we can, what is the best part, that we can reuse this script, okay? And this is what is the best in Grasshopper. So we can just select our second frame and the same automatization will come. We'll get the section of the drawing, but in addition, we'll get all the top marks, which will come automatically. We'll get all the names, and we can also make more things like dimensions. And speaking about dimension, this when I've been working in Consolis in Norway as a prefab company who's delivering prefab elements, we've been doing a lot this kind of drawings, and it was kind of a really nightmare for me, because previously we done everything in AutoCAD and we have to make all the dimensions lines manually. So all the doors, all the window, all the lifting anchors, all the anchors on the sides, so everything was done manually. And if you are doing that in Tekla is not that great to recognize with the dimensions. So for example, for this kind of types of objects, so you have to do it manually. And you can use for that Grasshopper. So on the right side, you can see the Grasshopper, that is script that is created for sandwich walls. And you can see that from the script, we can just click play and all the dimensions will pop up. And from the script, we can make an adjustment. So it's not like everything is automatic. So for example, if we would like to merge some lines or maybe delete some lines that is not necessary, so we can change from the script. And the best part is that that script recognize what we are aiming to. So for example, here we have some connection, so like kind of pipes that we are connecting on the bottom. So it will recognize automatically what is the name. If we have the name correctly as a component used, so here Grasshopper script will recognize also the number, how many of them we have. And this is something like Tekla, it's not the best. And we can do all the automation as you wish. This is the best part, that this script is created by engineers. It's not like someone from IT who is coding, who don't know what actually is saying. Actually, all engineers can do the script how they want it. And this is the biggest benefit of Grasshopper, that is the scripts are not created by IT developers like today. For example, for Tekla Open API, you have to be really into C# to do that. More examples for those who are working with bridges. This kind of work I've been doing, that from this bridge we can create all the sections and create all the drawing in this plan view, so every single segment. The same can be created a section for this bridge. And now the best part, we can create many cross-section along that one. So you can see automatically, I will repeat that, automatically we can create all the sections for every single bridge section. And here on the bottom, you have one by one. And then, as in previous example, we can add all the dimensions. So this was really cool example that we used to automate. The bridge was 634 meters, and we want to automate that. And if you can imagine, if we are going to make a change in our script, so our bridge is going to change, move that, so script is going to be connected. All right, so this is the drawing part. Let's go to quality assurance. And this is something I'm using Grasshopper a lot to make a quality assurance tools. It means that to make a script that will check the results if everything is okay. So that just to show you in this example, I use Grasshopper. In this case, we have like 16-floor building, and I wanted to check if every column is on top of each other. Okay, there's lots of columns there, and I don't want to click and to check if everything is, if this point stands actually on top of another, if the X and Y coordinates are the same. So this is what I can do. So first of all, I can sort all the columns, but the X, Y position with tolerance, and I can find stacks that are suspicious. So I can, for example, in this case, run the script, which will point out to me, okay, computers are really great going through all the information. So I can create script that is working for me. And in this case, I wanted to, okay, set up the tolerances for like 20 millimeters, and script showed me, okay, this column, and also this column are moved like more than 20 millimeters. So you can just, in the visual way, you can point it out. And this is also like some kind of something amazing if you are making a quality assurance. If you don't have to just create things through Grasshopper, but you can also check. And this is the same thing with drawings. If you have to, for example, to check 100 drawings, if there is some error in it, so you can make an automation, like computer with Grasshopper script can just go through all the 100 drawings and also make a change. Next one. You can also create your own components. And this is what Tekla really shines. For those who know Tekla Open API, so they can use the C#. So you can see this is like a black text. And you have to really know programming, and you have to really know C# developer and Tekla Open API to make this component. So this component is something like on the right side, application and components. However, you can also create similar scripts, but not using C#, but using Grasshopper. So you can see here you can just right click, and you can create scripts that can be used by your colleagues. So this is not something like, even some users don't have to know Grasshopper to use your work, because in previous examples I showed you that you have to have this Grasshopper and Tekla open into the same time. But here you can just create Grasshopper component, you can just load it, and you can see this is like script for creating the spiral stairs. So this is the script that everything is in Grasshopper, but you will not spot any difference if it's C#, Tekla Open API, or if it's Grasshopper. And the best part, it was previously, that if you would like to make any change, for example, if you would like to add a new parameter, or maybe you make new options. So this is something like you can just go to Grasshopper script, make a quick change, and just apply it. Into Tekla Open API world, you have to normally, if in your company you don't have developer, you have to send it to outside. Someone has to check it. Maybe you wait 1-2 months for that. With Grasshopper, you can just go check what you would like to add and just post it. So this is something like Doka company is doing a lot. So for those who don't know, Doka is a company who is creating formwork and using Tekla for that. And Doka is now sharing just Grasshopper script. So for example, if you would like to make a formwork in your Tekla, so they are just sharing with Grasshopper script, so you can use it and adjust it to your needs. So I will show you. So here you can see this is the Grasshopper component. So you can see just a normal table. In the background, there's a Grasshopper running, but you don't have to even see that. And with this component, you can create formwork. So you can move it with the direct shape modification, but also you can make changes in your script, in your dialog. So for example, if you would like to make some changes, so you can do that. In addition, you can see also some text. So here there is some text, just a display, and this is something what you can do with Grasshopper just to see if everything is correct. And this is why I love Grasshopper that much, because it's not only 3D modeling, but also making a kind of visual objects. With Grasshopper, you can also import and export into finite element software. And this is really something which is changing the industry, because Grasshopper has the direct connection with most of the used finite element software. So for example, you can connect Grasshopper to Civil, Caramba, Drupal, RFM, Oasis, SAP 2000, ETABS, Sophistic, Idea Statica, which I'm going to show you, Robot for Analysis, Consteel, FEM Design, and much, much more. And if these softwares are connecting with Grasshopper, so this can also softwares can talk with Tekla, because Grasshopper can be used as our master model, like a model in the middle. And then we can connect all the softwares. So I can show you some of the examples. So in this case, this is kind of case study I've been working on. I have many walls in my project, precast walls that I wanted to have. I model everything manually in Tekla back in the days. And I wanted to send it to my software to make a calculation. So I wanted to make a drawing, 2D drawing for every single wall. I had like 300 walls on my project, and I wanted to make it like a 2D and export it to finite element software. So this is how I did it. So this is my project with many precast walls. First of all, I wanted to check the weight of every single wall, and to input all the lifting anchors at the top. So I use Grasshopper for that with the component. So you can include all the components that you have it. So you can insert automatically in your elements. So component is checking the weight of every single wall, and then inserting the lifting points. So all the lifting points based on the weight was inserted. And then I would like to take only the faces of my walls and then make a projection. So you can see I projected all of them in kind of in AutoCAD, and you can see one by one I can see all of them. I will insert also the lifting anchors at the top. So you can see at the top there is a point with the lifting anchors, and then I can make an export to, in this case, FEM Design. It's a Swedish company, which I can calculate that, and it's really super fast. And again, if I made some changes in my walls, I could really export everything automatically. More, we have also tested for connection Grasshopper and Drupal. Roberta said that you also, some of you are using Drupal. So you can see we have RFM on our left side. We have our model in Rhino, and we have Grasshopper. So Rhino is more like a 3D visualization. So Rhino is like AutoCAD, but really more advanced. So Grasshopper is for writing our script, which is components, and Rhino is for visualization. So we can see that. So you can see that on the left side, we have our bridge. So we can also send this information about our bridge from Grasshopper into Drupal. So all the geometry which we can create we can just send directly to Drupal. So we don't have to make these tools. I know that Drupal is maybe not the best one, especially with the complicated to do that. And the Grasshopper is really great. And especially with kind of complicated structures. For example, if you would like to change the number of truss systems, so you can just click the button. So for example, make a 20 of the connections, and then you will change this back to 8. So you will see just a click update button, and you will claim that we have 8. It's really great for optimization. So every time if you would like to make a change, for example, here on the grids, so you can just update and all the information will be sent. So this is the same kind of way that I showed you with Tekla, but now you can also connect with Grasshopper with the same script, similar script that we had in Tekla. You can also connect into different software. The same thing can be done with Idea Statica. Here, for those who are working with steel, we are exporting from SIA engineering tool that also has the connection. So we have calculated this truss system, and then we would like to take all the forces from this calculation and send them directly to Idea Statica. So you can see with Grasshopper, I could position all my joints. So there are all different types of joints that we are having, and we can use Grasshopper to export that to Idea Statica. So you can see from SIA engineering to Grasshopper, and from Grasshopper to Idea Statica. So it's kind of a link that we are having. So first we are choosing which one we would like to export. So let's choose one. So we went through analysis in SIA engineering, and then we are going to Idea Statica to calculate that. And more than that, we can take this information from Idea Statica, for example, about the forces, about the cross-section size, and go to Idea Statica and change that. And on top of that, we can also connect that with Tekla, because we have this link and we can create components based on the Idea Statica output. So there is no need for manual inputting. You can finally connect all your designs. The same here is a kind of example with this tower. So we would like to export from analysis. We would like to choose the connection we would like to send to Idea Statica. So our new file will be created. We can just open this new file with the joint and make any corrections, change maybe size of our elements, and send it to finite element software or to Tekla. And Grasshopper is also great for complicated shapes. So this is a spatial connection that we had it runs, and as you can imagine, doing that in Idea Statica can be really hard. To do, and Grasshopper can help a lot with that. So for example, in this case, to obtain this kind of connection that we are having, everything was modeled first in Grasshopper. So in Grasshopper, you have this connection that we can modulate all the plates. It's really complicated to do it manually in Idea Statica. So we can create all these plates and then send it. We can also create the welds exactly how they will be. And then we can calculate that in Idea Statica. So it's also for difficult connections. All right, so we went through drawing automation, quality assurance, creating own components, exporting and importing to finite element software. Let's go to user-defined attributes. And this is what we are using a lot, Grasshopper, since we are having more and more BIM projects where we have to fill out all the informations, and it's really pain in the ass to do it manually. So for example, I will show you one case study that I had. So again, coming back to this project, I had many columns, and client want to have the information about the columns. So in the comment, here in the comment, they wanted to have information about the number of the column. So in this case, it was 21. And afterwards, it was which floor is it? So normally, to do it in Tekla, you have to click one by one. And imagine if there's something a change, if you're going to move, so everything will be a disaster. So I created a script that in just 2 seconds give all the names to all the columns based on my script. So this is, I'm going to show you how it can be done. So again, on the right side, we have Tekla. On the left side, we have Grasshopper. And in Grasshopper, we can select all the columns. So we are selecting, getting this information to Grasshopper. And then based on the script, we can find which floor is it, and then automatically give the information. So in this script, so you can see that we are finding a floor, so 42, 14, number 13, 14, and so on. So it's a level. And the best part, we can also make this comment visual. And this is what Tekla cannot do as a standard tool. So we can just, as our check, so let's say that we would like to check if everything is correct on our Tekla model, if information is correct in this column. So we can just display this value. So this is some kind of temporary. This is not an object. This is kind of, you can just check it and you can display all the information that you have in Tekla. Just you have to make it into a clear way. And you can do it with the material. You can do it with dimensions, with some revision, everything which is included in the Tekla interface, you can make it in visual. And this helped me a lot to deliver better projects. So I can check my information, what is inside elements. So I don't have to click through thousands of columns and check if everything is correct. Of course, you can do you can use organizer and see one by one, but I don't know how you like organizing. It's not in my opinion, best tools. And I really like in this clear way, visual way to see all my informations. Also, what we can do is we can give user defined attributes through Excel, and Grasshopper also can do that. So for example, for those who are working with reinforcement, there is lots of information that you have to give to your elements. And this is just a print screen from one of my projects that I've been using. So in this project, I used Excel to define all my reinforcement. So let's say that I have like a foundation with my standard reinforcement. And in our table, I defined my first reinforcement, which is called reinforcement. Let's see, the size is 16. Is it stirrup, false, or true? What is the class? What is the prefix number? What is the start number, what is the face, and you can just fill out all the information that you have in this project. And with just one click, you can put all the information to the correct rebar. So you can model this rebar and then use this to set up all your user-defined attributes. And this is really cool way to have really clear model. I see that some companies are defining every single attribute that we have in Tekla in Excel. They said that it's easier to change all the attributes and have this model in Excel with all these attributes and just send them to objects. So I really recommend using that way as well. In Norway, there is more and more projects based on just 3D model, and there is new ways how to include drawings on our 3D model. So in this case, here contractor wants to have extra information about our bridge structure. So in this case, we generated with Grasshopper some 2D projection, so you can see some elements. So just to visualize, to show to the client what is the height of this bridge deck inside, what is the thickness of the wall. You can normally check this information in, let's say, IFC viewer and just measure the dimension. But here, client want to that we deliver as a separate IFC, and this is what we did that. So we delivered as a Grasshopper, delivered a script that generates this IFC file. And this is what we can also done for visualizing the data. So in this case, in these bridges, we have the kilometers. So you can see that there is some, every single meter, we have some markers. When contractor can really easy take the cross section, every single 1 meter. It's a really nice stuff. And also showing the kilometers. So you can see this kind of table that we have to showing the width and the height and the length of our bridge is in the 3D world now. But also in this case, we wanted to check the quality of our pre-stressing cables. So with Grasshopper, we could make like the thousands of dimensions just to check visually if everything is correct. Correctly, we could check that with some of the calculation tools and check the values if everything is okay. It's not used for building these pre-stressing cables because all the information is already in the 3D model, but we use that to make it visually and also to check the quality of these pipes. And the last presentation that I would like to, last example that would like to show you is how we can use artificial intelligence in Tekla. And of course, it's one of the most hottest topic in our industry, and everyone is asking, Kris, can we use artificial intelligence in our Tekla model? And answer is yes, of course, you can do that. And ChatGPT or Gemini or other model languages are really great to write our Python scripts. And this Python script can be written also in Grasshopper. So Grasshopper, in addition to own components, you can also write text like in Python or in C#, and you can create your own components and create your scripts. So in this case, I wanted to create a script that will check what is the difference between all the rebars. So actually, it's a real case study, which I get from contractor. I had got the telephone and they said, Kris, great model you provided with lots of reinforcement, but some reinforcement, the difference is just 10 millimeters, and they are having different unique number. And you can think about this as the same as about like a steel columns. If you are sending the list of the columns and some of them are not merged together because in Tekla they are just like 10-20 millimeters difference. So they ask, okay, Kris, can you make all of them similar? And I was thinking, it was a huge project, how I can go through all this reinforcement and check what is the difference. So what I did, in ChatGPT, I wrote my problem. I said, okay, please write a script that will compare the prefix, the position number, the shape, the size, and also all the dimensions. So first, if their dimensions will be similar, you can see that here is a tolerance. So I put like 20 millimeter tolerance. So if all the dimensions of the legs will be similar, but they will have different projects, so please highlight them and merge together into average distance. So this is how the script was worked. So most of the script was written by the ChatGPT. So you can see, first of all, I'm just showing, okay, just make numbers of our rebars, and then just group some of them which are similar. Okay, so now I'm just showing, okay, some of the rebars are shown that each are similar. So in this case, these two bars, the first one is called TS1, then the next one TS6, and the last one TS1. So this is something that could be merged. So Grasshopper went through all the rebars, found similar, and now with I can compare them and automatically made them similar. So the same, I can also make find another group. So I'm just choosing find another group. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show only selected. It's a group TS2, TS4, TS2, and TS7. So all these groups could have the same number. So I can, in the same way, I can just select them with a Grasshopper and adjust the length, which I really love this. And if the thing is that if you are blocked, you can just go to ChatGPT and ask to write your own components. So this helps a lot. All right, so that was all the 7 practical application and Grasshopper script that I wanted to share. And usually I got the question, Kris, can I get all these scripts which you presented, all the for drawing automation, from the 3D automation, maybe this example with the AI for selecting similar objects. And yeah, you can get it. So that's why we have created Tekla super user community, when we gather all this kind of smart solution and we are sharing our knowledge. So this is called Grasshopper in Tekla training. So I started that 2 years ago. I opened that, and more than 200 people, 300 people from all the main different companies from the different part of the world, from Skanska, Afris, Feka, Rumble, joined us. Also Sebastian Lindholm, who created that component. He's also in our group, also helping students and also showing how we can be smarter with our script creation. So this Grasshopper training is a community, but it's also video examples. So in this case, we have lots of tutorials. Step by step, we are showing how to use Grasshopper and how to use this automation at your work. So this is the training which is 100% self-paced, so you can do whenever you have time. It's 100% online. So for now, we have 42 hours of recorded videos. So there are lots of videos, but we have also practical assignments and real case studies. So all examples that I showed you are included in the training. So we share it for as a package. So there are, I was really happy to get this project that actually was my project from my work, like this building, like this velodrome with prefab elements, and also bridge. So we are showing everything on the real structures. So this is Ranselva Bridge, which I was one of the designer, where Grasshopper was used a lot. And we are sharing the parts of the scripts from all these projects, how we can use it in practice. So it's not like something imaginary, something like, okay, you can make a script, but it will not be useful for your work. Here, we are really focusing on the practical case studies. We have also closed a Discord forum. So for those who would like to ask questions, if they are stuck with some of the solution, we have this forum so everyone can ask questions. And in this year, we also added some extra modules. So for example, how you can use ChatGPT to write your own plugins and how to extend the possibilities. And this is working really good. We are showing step by step how AI, without any knowledge about text-based programming, about Tekla Open API, you can really write your own new components, which is really great. We also have prepared the whole extra bonus module about drawing link. So we are showing also 61 lessons about drawing automation, how to automate the drawing production, dimensions, creating drawings, make a quality assurance of that. So there we have, for those who are interested, so you can contact directly with Robertas from BIM Solution. We have agreement that they have also like discount codes for all for everyone who would like to join. So for now, more than 300 students went through the projects from all over the world. If you would like to join, please, its doors are open. Usually we have this recruitment only once a year, but we have an agreement with BIM Solution that if you contact them directly, they will provide you with the link so you can join. So that's all was for me. Thank you very much. And if there's any questions, I will be happy to answer.
Thank you, Kris, for this very interesting description of what Grasshopper is capable in Tekla structures. Well, it impressed me too, and I think that with all these options, it really can evaluate the engineers the possibility of automating the boring work in engineering. So if someone have a question, you can write in Lithuania. I will try to translate it, or if you want, you can raise your hand, and I will let you to speak by yourself. At this moment, I don't see any questions, but definitely, if you will have, maybe I will switch in Lithuania. It will be best.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem.
Jeigu turite klausimų arba vat, tą, ką minėjo Krisas, ta prasme, dėl jo mokymų, yra galimybė gauti, sakykime, išskirtinės sąlygas jo mokymams, tai būtinai kreipkitės pas mus, mes pagelbėsim jums tuo klausimu. Ir jeigu turėsite klausimų, kas susijęs su, sakykime, šiandienos prezentacija arba tiesiog Grasshopper tipo klausimų pritaikymo klausimais, būtinai kreipkitės ir dėkui visiems susirinkusiems, dalyvavusiems šiandienos seminare. Thank you again, Kris, for this interesting presentation, and I hope we're gonna have some feedback, and I think that we're gonna get back to you with with it. And thank you again, and have a good evening.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And yeah, I just want to add that Robertas is one of our students on the platform. So I hope, Robertas, you will be more motivated to go through the whole training. So you are on the way. So I hope that I motivated you. So thank you very much. If you will have any more questions, so please reach me out, and hope to see you on the training. It's really changing how you are going to work with Tekla. And also, it's going to be one of the most required skills, knowing how to use Grasshopper in Tekla in the future years. So this is also good investment in your career. So you can ask your company if they can also maybe invest in your and buy this training for you. Thank you very much, and see you.